It's Nathan here, and welcome to the video. I was about to say welcome to the session, because I'm doing something a little bit different and something I want to start incorporating into my channel here and the work that I do. But I've decided to go out and start doing some more hiking, which I love to do, and some camping, and in particular wild camping. And today is the first time I'm going out doing a solo wild camp, which is pretty much going to be the first proper camping I've done before out in the wild. Prior to that, it's always been at campsites. And so my reason for doing this is a couple of things. First of all, I love getting out into nature. I don't do it often enough. I've got two small kids, family, work, all that type of stuff. So it's difficult to get out as much as I'd like. But having said that, part of the challenge is just finding time and making it a priority. And so that's what I want to start doing. Same with camping, particularly solo camping out in the wild. To be honest, for me that's very scary, because I've never done it before. And part of the reason I want to do it is because I want to incorporate some type of coaching and some type of insight into these videos, and not just be another, hey, check me out, I'm camping video, which are really good, really useful, and I learned a lot of those myself. But I want to incorporate something a little bit deeper as well, because there's a lot of challenges which come with something like this. A lot of internal dialogue, which I've noticed in myself, which is popping up. And it's not just activities like this, but it's with life in general. We have this internal dialogue, sometimes positive, most of the time negative, stopping us from doing the things which we really want to do. And I noticed that when I started thinking about doing this, my own fears started popping up, like, oh, I can't do it. I can't go camp by myself. I can't be out in the wild like that. What do I do if something happens? What do I do if I come across some people who aren't very nice? All these things. And eventually it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go do it. I'm just going to go make it happen. So here I am. So I've just started. Probably been walking for about 30 to 45 minutes at the moment. I've got another 6-hour hike ahead of me. Then I'll find somewhere to camp, set up shop from there, take a couple of breaks in between, maybe make a coffee or tea or something like that along the way. And ideally, share a few of my own learnings, my own experiences, and hopefully help you gain some insight into your own life so you can see the world in a different way. Alright, be back soon. Oh, and just one more quick thing. I had the intention of bringing out my actual camera, which I use, and a couple of tripods. I didn't, because I was in a bit of a rush to get out because my wife had somewhere to go and she was dropping me off. So I'm doing this whole thing, no tripod, and just my phone. So we'll see how we go. Beautiful. It's Powers Court waterfall. A great spot. Alright, so I'm about 2 hours in now, and about halfway up one mountain. I gotta say, it's so nice being out here. I remember one of the fears that I was worrying about before I came, was if my pack was going to be too heavy. Like, it's a pretty decent sized pack and it's full of stuff. Because this is my first time, I didn't really know exactly what I need, what I should bring, what I shouldn't bring. I made do with a lot of the stuff that I had. Like, I had a tent already from years ago, like back when I was 22. I'm now 40, so it's a pretty old tent. I think I used it once or twice, going to a festival once. And I did a bit of research online and checked out a few things. I got like a proper like sleeping mattress, a tarp to put down under it, like stove, eating equipment, that type of thing. I needed a way to make coffee. And like the pack is heavy, like it's a heavy pack. But I was really worried about it being too heavy, but it's actually fine. Like there's a bit of pull on my shoulders, but that's not too bad. But it's fine. Like once you actually get out and you start walking, it's just nice. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fresh air, natural energy, getting away from things. Like it's just nice out here. It's quiet. I'm really looking forward to setting up camp and just being able to sit in the quietness somewhere in solitude by myself, have some food, have a cup of tea, and just chilling. Like it's really nice. It's funny what you can do once you actually just get out and do it. I think just on the other side of that mountain is where I'm going to be setting up shop for the night. Cows. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a whole bunch of deer down there. Alright, so I found a pretty decent spot. Set up my tent. I'm just under a giant rock actually. Had a little bit of a rest, chilled out, made a coffee. Now it's time for some food because I'm wrecked. I'm hungry. I've got 2 steaks that I'm going to have tonight because I have more of a carnivore diet these days. So I've got 2 steaks, butter, salt, delicious. And then I think I'm just going to kick back and chill out and then go from there. I tell you what, one thing I didn't think about or didn't anticipate was my shoulders. So the weight of the pack is really, well, I wouldn't say it's really hurt, but my shoulders are sore. So when I move around, they're not used to that type of weight on them very often. So yeah, my shoulders are sore, my feet are sore, pretty tired, but yeah, it's been so worth it so far. There's not too many bugs around either, and if you just have a look, this is what I'm looking at. So can't complain. Alright, catch you in a bit. So here we are. It's the evening now. I think it's coming up to around 7 o'clock at night. I've had my dinner, I've set my tent up, got everything ready to go, and I'm looking forward to having a rest because I am wiped. Now that I've just sat down, I'm just waiting for a couple of shows to download. I don't know why I look there because my phone just here. But yeah, I am looking forward to lying in the tent for a while, getting away from these flies because they're kind of out in force at the moment. I've got to say, I'm really proud of myself for doing this. I was a bit fearful coming out just on my own and doing a solo wild camp. But once I got out of the house and just started doing it, started hiking and walking, it's like, well, I'm out, I'm doing it now. And that's it. And I haven't felt really fearful since. A little bit kind of wary of someone coming up or people coming up, and I hope they don't. Like, it is a public holiday today. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so I can't imagine anyone would be coming up. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about. But it should be fine. So with that, I thought it would be important or a good idea to just tie that into, I guess, my intention for this video and videos to come as well. Because it's not just about me getting out and just doing a hiking and camping video. It's about helping you at the same time. So for me, it was difficult to a point to kind of get myself up and moving and get out and do this all by myself, even though I was a little bit fearful actually doing it. And so I ask you, what is it that you're putting off? What are you not allowing yourself to do? Maybe there's something that, maybe it's camping, maybe it's getting out and going for a hike, maybe it's something else, maybe it's rock climbing. What's something that you've been putting off doing because, deep down inside you're a little bit afraid, or you're not giving yourself that time to do it? We can get so stuck in our ways, we can let life get in the way. But really, it's up to us. It's up to you. If there's something that you want to do, you need to go do it. You need to allocate time to do it. It doesn't even matter if it's like a little bit of time to at least get started. All it takes is just one step forward, and start figuring out how to figure out the next ones, how to do the next ones. So what is it? What are you avoiding? What's something that you're avoiding right now, or you haven't been allowing yourself to go do? Go do it. You can make it happen. If you're struggling to make it happen, just realize that you haven't made it a priority for you. And if it's something that's going to make you happy, it's going to contribute to your overall well-being, mentally, physically, spiritually, you need to go do it. There's so many things. It's funny, I knew this already. When you come out into nature like this, where it's quiet, like literally quiet, I can't hear anything except for a few birds, bit of wind, flies, that's it. This is life for me. Like, this is actual life, being out here in nature. That's real life. All the other stuff that we do in our lives, that's not life. Some of it is family, things like that. But really, there's so much stuff and so much crap that we do every day that's just a time suck. Watching stuff on the laptop all the time, gossiping, whatever it may be. We need this in our lives. We need to get out. We need to be around nature. We are nature. So, on that, I'm going to leave it. I'd recommend you go out and figure out what it is that you want to do, and just go do it. I'm going to go get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. I survived the night. I'd say I didn't get heaps of sleep. I know I got some, but I don't know. I couldn't get to sleep for a while. My mind was constantly thinking a fair bit. There's a couple of noises outside, nothing too much, but in the end, it was nice. It was a decent night. Didn't get disturbed. It was quite good. Just got the coffee on. Having it in the tent at the moment because the midgies are outside and they're just annoying the hell out of me. So I'm just going to stay inside, have my coffee, and then probably hit the road. I'm so glad I did this. It was really good. Really good. And I am on the way home. So, just want to kind of finish off this video with a couple of thoughts. Sorry, you have to forget there's flies and midgies everywhere. For those of you guys who don't know, midgies are these tiny little insect things that fly around, and they're like in hordes. And so when I was setting up the tent, I was packing up all my gear this morning, I had to have my coffee inside the tent with the fly screen over, because they were just everywhere. They're so annoying. They land on my face, land on my body, and I was trying to pack up the tent and they were just swarming everywhere. Very annoying. So I got out of there as quick as I can, and they're still following me. So, as I said, I want to finish off this video with a couple of thoughts. Just to reiterate what I said at the beginning, what I wanted to do is incorporate my coaching, incorporate one of my newfound passions, which is camping and hiking. Well, I have liked doing hiking for a while. I just really want to start getting into it. But I want to combine them and do like camping, countryside, and coaching, because I think it's really important to ground yourself in nature. ground yourself in what's really important, what's really true. I mean, there's nothing artificial about nature, about getting out into it. But I also want to incorporate that deeper level, which is the growth that we go through when we do things like that. Fly just landed on the camera, the actual lens. I mean, I've learned a couple of lessons over this past 24 hours, 36 hours, which I'm going to take with me forever. And that's what's most important here. Is that every day we need to try and grow. We need to try and develop ourselves. We need to try and push ourselves as well. And so for me, I hiked 15 kilometers yesterday. Did my very first solo camp all by myself. No one else around. And now I'm heading back. I'm not going to hike 15 k's this time. My wife is going to come pick me up from somewhere. But what I learned from it is that I can do it. I mean, I wasn't really afraid of not being able to do it. I was getting a little bit apprehensive about the weight of my pack, which is too heavy, by the way. I was getting a little bit fearful of someone coming along at night. Me being in a not great position, but none of that happened. Yeah, my pack's a bit too heavy, but I dealt with it. I still carried it. No one came along and I ended up having a great time. I was absolutely wrecked. I didn't sleep fantastically, but I got some sleep. And it was beautiful to get up in the morning and have a coffee by that nice scene that you saw. And that's all it takes. It's just to do it. We just get so stuck in our own heads. Give us all the reasons why we can't do something or why it's not something that we can do right now. But really, it's just we need to bump it up on the priority list because it's super important now. It might not be hiking for you, might not be solo camping. That's perfectly fine. It's not for everyone. But what is it for you? What is it that you're putting off? You just got to get out and do it because it's going to be the thing that's going to ultimately contribute to your overall happiness. Now, just before I finish up, there's a couple of things which, if you are out there hiking, if you're out there camping, it may help you. It's just a couple of little tips. Number one, pack what you need. If it's your first time, like I get it, I just had my first time. You think there's a lot of things that you need, and so what I didn't need to get a mallet, the little mallet for my tent pegs. That's just extra weight. I brought 3 torches with me, like a lantern, a head torch, and a high-powered torch. Didn't need the high-powered one. That's extra weight. I could have managed with just getting water along the way. Like I brought 2 liters with me, plus a filter. And so I smashed the 2 liters during yesterday for some coffee and just to drink. But there's so much water here in Ireland, like it might be different for where you are. But there's so much water here in Ireland, like just fill it from the stream, just to reduce the weight. And the one thing I really wish I had, some type of insect repellent or insect deterrent. I should have at least got something to wipe on me. I don't really like putting that stuff on. But I saw online, and this is something I'm going to get pretty much as soon as I get home, is one that you can just have sitting in front of you, and it sends out the fumes or it sends out the sonic waves or whatever it is. Because, man, that would have been so good this morning and last night. Even now I'd carry it with me because these flies are wrecking my head. And so yeah, I hope that helps. I do appreciate you watching this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to check out more of this. I may turn these videos into a separate channel themselves, call it Camping, Countryside and Coaching. But for now I'm just going to leave it on my main channel. If there's anything I can help you with, leave a comment below and let me know. Alright, enjoy, take it easy.